good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hi everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is February 5th. We're in the month of love. And it's going fast, the new year already. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my in-studio guest. Friday night, I went shopping and dinner with my niece Victoria. Had a great time with her. And Saturday night, we did Murdered by the Mob in Manhattan. No pic, don't worry about it. With the cast, that's done at the Iron Bar in Manhattan in the secret room downstairs. It's like really cool. It's like a speakeasy. So you could go to murderedbythemob.com and look for all our upcoming shows. And I hope to see you at one of the shows. Sunday was Laundry and Learning Lines. I'm learning lines for a couple of things I'm doing, auditions, and I'm really excited to announce, I can now, it's official, that I booked a network TV show. Can't say what it is, but I will say that I'm filming it next week. So I'm very excited about that. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so I have to remind you a couple of things. It's Love Bro is a romantic comedy that I'm in with my on-screen husband, Frank Fiella. I could throw that up. And yeah, it's going to be at the Sayville Theater Tuesday and Thursday, the 13th and 15th. So if you're around, come on down for that. And then, thank you. And then also that night we have, throw it in real quick, Claudia Bonavita and my guest sitting next to me, they're going to have their premiere. Same theater, Sayville Theater. Yay. There it is, by Day by Night. And that's going to be on this Wednesday, the 7th. So make sure you go to that too. Thank you. And also, February 24th, this month, Me and My Nuts. Yes, that is a sitcom that I'm in, and that is a comedy, and that's going to be shown at Cinema on the Sound in City Island in the Boogie Down Bronx. So if you're not doing anything Saturday night, the 24th, come see me and laugh your tuchus off. And the last thing is, this Saturday night, my friend Al Sapienza from The Sopranos and a plethora of other things throughout his career is going to be at the Cutting Room. I got my ticket. Did you get yours? If not, get it. It's going to be a wonderful night. You never know who's going to pop up when Al and Deborah are performing. Thank you so much for all that. Woohoo! All right, let me get to my guest. There's a lot to talk about. She's a comedian, she's a writer, she's an actor. And she's a friend of mine. Donna Moran is here. Hi, girl. How are you?
Hi, TT.
How are you?
All right, Mama. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad you're here because I want everyone to get to know you and what you've done and what you're doing. You know, you've been doing this a long time. You've been at this a long time, like me.
Been pounding the pavement for years.
Yeah.
80s, baby.
80s, baby. Well, I started actually in the 90s, if I want to get technical. But you're originally from Huntington. You're a Long Island girl.
Yes, I am.
Right? You went to Half Hollow Hills High School.
Oh my God, yeah.
All right. I won't talk about what year you graduated, but you did. What did you do? What did you do in high school? Did you know what you wanted to do in high school? Did you know what kind of career you wanted to take? If you always wanted to go into the arts and entertainment?
All right, quick as.
No, take your
so
time.
So I don't have to bore you to death with this. I was in every school play every year from first grade up till 8th grade.
Right.
8th grade, I tried out for a musical. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Nice.
I didn't get it.
Okay. First rejection.
My grades went down. I stayed in school a little longer. You know, I became this rebel teenager. And at 16, I marched into the principal's office and said, "Hasta la vista, I emancipate myself."
Wow.
I became an emancipated minor and moved out of the house. Yeah,
And
crazy.
you know, that isn't something that was very popular back then. You know, you hear about that more today than back then.
Right,
So
right.
that's wild.
Yeah, so then I read a thing on what color is your parachute? I took a course, this like adult ed thing at like 18. I went back to school and got my diploma, by the way.
all right.
With my mother. We got a diploma together.
Oh, nice.
Back in those days.
Nice. That's
Anyway,
nice.
yeah, so I, everything leaned toward performing, this, that.
Right.
So I had a friend who said, "I'm moving into the city." And I said, "Oh, okay, I'll go with you." And that's how my story began.
Wow.
Yeah, 19. I was
19 years old. Well, you know what? I wanted to know, because it also said that you did go to a theater arts, or did you go to like any kind of theater arts?
I
school
went
today?
and studied with HB Studios. HB Studios. I studied with Aaron Frankel.
Right.
I
We have some pics of your very first, I don't know if they're your very first, but a couple of
That's
black
my
and white.
first headshot.
That's your first headshot?
First headshot.
Very cool. Well, back in the day, they wore black and white.
Look at how good I look. Oh my God, what happened?
Oh, look at you with dark hair. You had dark hair for a while, too.
That's my first stand-up
Really?
headshot.
That is so cool. You know, I came across a lot of pictures with you with dark hair, and then that in between, the blonde and the brown.
How'd that happen? I don't color my hair.
That's great. Yeah, that's good for now. Thank you for the pics. So obviously you took your headshots, you hit the pavement, and what happened? Like, do you remember what your first gig was? Because you started in acting before stand-up and comedy.
I started in acting, yeah.
Yeah.
And I studied Stella Adler's style.
Yes, yeah.
And my first shot at stardom was Trauma Productions. Toxic Avenger.
Okay.
Became a cult classic. It's a really badly done independent film that if you talk, it's a cult classic
Right,
now.
well, that's the whole thing.
And I was in that as a prostitute.
Right.
Oh, look, you did prostitute
I just
too,
did.
right?
I just did.
I don't know. What does that say about us? So I played a prostitute in a jail cell, which I did not see when I finally saw the film. So that wound up on the cutting.
Right.
And there's a video of me sitting in a restaurant having dinner while the guy comes in.
Right.
My big claim to
So
fame.
tell me, what role, what gig got you your SAG card?
Oh, a cop show called True Blue. I don't know if you remember it. It was out for a couple of years, I think. It was a cop show, and because I used to be a lookalike.
Oh, really?
They had me dress up but they couldn't say who it was.
Right.
It was supposed to be Madonna.
Okay.
And it was filmed at Barney's on 7th Avenue in Manhattan.
Well, we have a picture of you as Madonna, right? Do we have the one with the Madonna?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you are.
Woo, baby.
Woo, baby, baby. Look at those tassels. Check out them tassels.
Swing 'em, swing 'em, swing 'em.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yes.
So that's how you got your SAG card?
So that's how I basically came out of a limo and walked into Barney's.
Right.
And it was all of 10 seconds or whatever. And the guys in the truck, in the cop thing are going, "There she is, there she is, there she is." And for that, it was a specialty performing it. So I got residuals and I was like, oh my God.
That's great. I mean, I know like doing stand-in stuff is cool, and look-alike is amazing. Because shout out to my friend David Siegel. He is a George Clooney look-alike.
Oh.
And this man goes all over. He goes to Vegas and he goes, I had him on my show years ago. I want to have him back. So David, gotta have your Heine sitting next to me soon. Love to have him back.
Wow.
But that's a cool gig.
That was great, and the thing was that I felt I had my own dressing room.
Nice.
And we filmed in the cliffs of New Jersey also. We shot some stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought of who I was. Here I arrived. I have my own dressing room, which was like the size of a bathroom. But then I found out that the limo that I get out of, it was a Rolls Royce, actually got more money than I did for the whole taping.
Wow.
So that was humbling.
Wow, that's amazing. No, it's amazing because I like to hear how people get their SAG cards. You know
Yeah,
how that
yeah,
happens.
yeah.
You know, some people they get the Taft-Hartley and they get him right away, and some people have to get whatever. It's a cool story.
Yeah.
So you've been a union card holder for many years.
Since 1981.
So listen, you, my friend, also do impressions,
I do.
and you, like myself, I put on a wig and I try to do Joan. I was trying to do Theresa Caputo, but people were saying that the hair wasn't high enough, and it came out looking like Barbara Streisand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll show it to you after the show. But
I
we
wanna
have
see that.
some of your picks that I want to show because I love all of them.
Okay.
I think the one. Yeah,
Marilyn.
Marilyn Monroe. Hello. Oh my God, that is like spot on, man. I mean, that's like crazy.
That was a very long time.
And that's
my Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper.
Made a lot of money as Cyndi Lauper. Let me tell you something. That's me.
That is her. That's not the real Cyndi Lauper.
That is me.
Insane? It's crazy. And then now this is
Oh my God, you pulled the Hillary.
Now wait. This is a character that you didn't do, but you did.
I dressed up as her and I submitted it for a couple of pieces.
I love it.
This was going back into 2016, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And then, hello, Joan Rivers.
Oh, Joan Rivers, can we talk? Oh, grow up. Oh, God. Please, my body's falling apart so fast, my gynecologist wears a hard hat.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Oh, my God. So out of all of them, I mean, Cyndi was the one you did the longest and made the most money with. But who was your favorite to do?
Joan.
Yeah.
Joan.
Yeah.
Joan or the nanny.
Yeah. We got a pic of that, too.
got a
The
pic of
nanny.
the
You was
nanny?
the nanny. Yeah, let's put that up.
Oh, Mr. Champion. Namaste. Hello, everybody.
Oh my God, these are great. These are great. Thank you so much. I mean, so Joan was your fave.
Joan is,
Yeah.
because she was a brilliant comedian. I read her book. Now there's somebody who's got an interesting story. Enter Talking.
Yeah.
Even when she became huge and famous, she demanded her money up front because she had gotten burned for years.
Absolutely. Listen, it was very hard being a woman in the industry, especially back then. Not much has changed.
You're right about that.
Quite honestly, if we're going to talk about it, nothing much has changed for women in the stand-up comedian industry. I mean, you started in the 80s, I started in the 90s, and it was hard back then, and it's still hard. It really is. It is a men's world. It really is.
Unfortunately,
it is. It really is. We're outnumbered, but what are we going to do? And you know what? You know what we got to do? We got to take my first break already. Oh. But stay right there because we're going to talk so much more.
Can we talk?
Let's talk? We're going to talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Come back.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Every day, millions of people go to work completely oblivious to their coworkers' double life. By night, they hit the stage, hoping to become the next comedy superstar.
Bringing laughter to the world is very important.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Thank you, John York from General Hospital. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am with Donna Moran. She's a comedian, she's an actor, she's a writer, and I'm thrilled that she's in here in studio. You know, she started in acting years ago, and she did all these impersonations, which I just love, I fall in love with. But tell me how you segued and then got into comedy.
Okay.
Because we saw your headshot for comedy.
I was pushed. I was in Aruba doing a show called Rock Party.
Okay.
Dressed as Cyndi Lauper and Madonna. I had to make changes. And it was a small cast, and everybody needed a break. So they said, we're going to do an intermission. We want to sell more drinks. We want to have the dancers have a break.
Yeah.
Donna, go out and talk to the audience. What?
Okay.
Go out, go. I said, I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Right.
Go out as Cindy or something.
Right.
So I went out as Cyndi Lauper and I BS'd my way through.
Right.
And I started watching videos because there's nothing else to do in Aruba anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I started watching
You want to
them.
throw up that pic again of Cindy since she's speaking about her? Thank you.
Oh.
Because I love that pic.
Yeah.
That is just priceless.
That's the best one.
It
Yeah,
really is. Go ahead, leave it there. Go ahead. You can see us talk.
Cyndi
Leave it
Lauper.
there.
Yeah, so I went out and I talked like Cyndi Lauper, and I lived on the island, so I started developing jokes about divvy trees and the welcoming, which is Bambini, and I fell in love with stand-up. I came home, back to New York.
Yeah.
Culture shock.
Oh, yeah.
From living on an island.
Sure.
And I didn't
Aruba's
want.
beautiful.
It was beautiful, and I said, all right. Now I want to do stand-up, and I didn't know what to do.
How long were you in Aruba?
9
Thank you. I
months.
appreciate that. 9 months?
9 months.
Well, let me
gig.
tell you something. If you're going to be on a tropical island, that's the place to
That's
be
the
for 9
one.
months.
Yeah.
I was there once, and I'm going back, and I'm excited to go
Yeah,
back.
it's
So
beautiful
yeah,
weather
oh my
all the
God,
time.
yeah,
It's gorgeous.
It is just beautiful.
So I just came back to New York and took a course at, if anybody remembers this, I don't know if you, the Eagle Tavern on 14th Street in Manhattan, 9th and 14th. Andre the Giant, they
Yes,
called him.
yes,
Remember Andre
yes,
the
I
Giant?
do,
It was
yes.
his workshop.
Okay.
And that's how I started doing stand-up, because I was scared to death to do it. And that's,
Wow.
yeah.
So you were doing both. Were you going back and forth from both for acting gigs and stand-up?
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So obviously there's struggling actors out there and there's struggling comics out there, and you have to do something during the day to pay the bills.
Oh, yeah.
So what were you doing at the time?
Well, back in the day, I was fortunate enough that I made a lot of money as Cindy, and the lookalikes is a
Wow.
whole business where you really
Now, did
make
you
a
ever
lot.
get to meet her?
Never met Cyndi
Really?
Lauper. Never met.
Oh, we got to
any
put
of
that
them.
out into the universe. Try to make that happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cindy.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
But that's
'cause-
good that you were able to, live just on that.
Yes.
Seriously.
And then I had a baby, and I had my baby in hotel rooms with me.
Okay.
With my mother as my babysitter.
Wow.
And I was like, okay,
not easy to
I
do.
can't do this anymore. I need to
Yeah.
raise this kid.
Well, we all
So-
take breaks and come back.
Yeah, so we left the city. We moved back to Huntington.
Right.
And for the next 20-something years, I raised my daughter.
Right.
And gave up,
Yeah.
forgot about
Well, yeah.
Believe it
because
or
you
not.
were playing a totally different role.
Right.
You were playing mom.
Mom. So I
Yeah.
opened up a daycare center at one
Okay.
point
Yeah.
in Brooklyn and made a lot of money. But you know what?
Wait a second. You commuted from Huntington to Brooklyn?
No. But before I moved to
Oh, I was going to
Huntington.
say. Yeah, I was going to say. Okay, you
no.
kind of lost me for a second. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. So you did that, then that. Okay.
Right.
All right. Just double checking.
Then what? Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, when you're over 60, the brain doesn't function as properly anymore.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Joe DeBarry that's watching and everyone who's watching Tea Time. Thank you. I appreciate the love and support.
Hi, Michelle.
Yeah, shout outs to everybody. So let's get into, we have a pick with you and Tony Bennett. I want to know how this happened.
This was the Joan Holland show. Not
Joan Rivers.
Joan. No,
No,
Joan.
no, you're not dressed as Joan Rivers there, no?
No.
Because Joan.
The Joan.
Joan.
What was her name?
Joan Collins?
No, she had a
Joan-
show on Channel 9 or 11.
Joan. Oh, Joan London.
Joan London.
Yes.
Sorry.
Joan
It was the
London.
Joan London show. We were
Okay.
both on.
Really?
And I was just like, oh my God, Mr. Bennett, can I have a picture with you? We weren't together on the show.
No, but hello. I mean,
But we were on the show.
Same show.
Same show.
You know,
It was-
different segments, I'm
And
sure.
he was
but,
very, very nice.
oh,
He was
I'm
very
sure
nice.
he was. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool.
That's my boy. Tony.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I wanted to ask you how that happened. I'm glad that did. But again, you know, the working, the comedy. So you leave the industry, you raise your daughter. I same scenario with me.
Okay.
I left, I raised my daughter, came back. When you came back,
I came back and got my degree.
okay,
I went to college.
right?
Still not thinking of doing performing. It's out of my head. I'm not doing it. And I said, I got to, secure my future.
What are you going to do?
So I
you
got
want
a job with
pension,
the
you want
county.
something.
And I became a caseworker for Adult Protective Services, which is like Child
Wow.
Protective
For
Services.
adults.
And if you come and see the film on Wednesday night,
Yeah.
you'll learn all about.
Yes, because Donna is in it, and that's what we're going to talk about too. But before we do, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but you've dabbled in the acting, as we mentioned, and we have some pics. We have some pics of you on set, because you've done some shows.
Woody Allen. No, that was not. That was Wonder Wheel. Wonder Wheel.
Wonderstruck
Wonderstruck.
with Julianne Moore,
Wonderstruck.
and you filmed that somewhere.
Yeah, upstate.
Yeah.
Some theater. Upstate.
So that's really cool. I love period pieces.
That's
Boardwalk
Boardwalk.
Empire.
Yeah.
Um,
Charming.
Again,
huh?
leave that there, because I saw that for the first time. I'm going, that is not Donna. That is not Donna. It's just not. I mean, it looks nothing like you.
I'm a
now,
mean psychiatric nurse.
yes, you do. You play a mean psychiatric nurse. And then, that's you doing stand-up.
That's the comic strip.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
that's a comic strip. Thank you.
Right.
We'll get back to the other
Okay.
ones. But yeah, you dabbled in the acting, whether it's you played you also played in you played a clerk. Hello.
Oh my God, my
You played-
IMBD.
Yeah, you played a clerk in, why don't I have it here?
Turning 2.
Thank you. Here it is, Turning 2. Store
Turning
clerk.
2.
Yes. So obviously, like I was talking to Claudia last week about, because she does acting and then the comedy and everything, and she's got the doc that you're in, which we're going to talk about. But there's nothing like live theater and performances.
Oh God, yeah.
And you know that when it comes
yeah.
to TV or film, there's a lot of waiting around.
Sitting and wait and get all excited again and wait. And
Right.
wait. Yeah,
So
yeah,
obviously, you prefer the the accolades right away, and
Oh, there's nothing like being on stage.
yeah,
Having
I
the
know.
people right there, instant gratification.
Right. So when you returned to the entertainment industry, did you return to comedy or acting?
I returned to stand up.
You did.
And it was, I'll tell you, part of the documentary you're going to see, it's a tough job, caseworker. And
I'm sure it's mentally draining. I mean,
Terrible.
you hear horror stories. You hear horror stories of how abused and abusive people can be to the elderly, and I feel like they're forgotten.
Yep.
They're forgotten, and it's
Lots
so
of them.
sad. It's
Yeah.
just so sad.
It's terrible. Anyway, my job was that tough that I said, I need an outlet. I actually thank my job now because it pushed me back into stand-up.
Right.
I said, I don't know about this stand-up, though. I'm too old. I'm in my 50s.
Nah, you're never old for anything. That's my
So
motto.
anyway, I said, and this is when I met you.
Yes, we met. Yes.
I
through
said,
comedy.
you know what? I met you. I met Claudia. I
Yeah,
met
and I'm no
Karen
spring chicken
Margaret.
either. I'm right behind you.
Yeah, you're way behind me.
No, I'm not way behind you. I'm
Yeah.
not. No.
Anyway, I showed up at an open mic. I said, I'm going to go. It's going to be all kids and young people. And there were 4 women my age.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
Yay!
Yeah.
I am woman. Hear me roar. Yeah, so.
And I know you do the Long Island circuit. You travel all over, and like myself and Claudia, you also have done shows with John LaRocchia for Laughter
John
Saves
LaRocchia,
Lives.
Laughter Saves Lives.
Yeah.
Great organization.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like laughter, and you know what?
Well, you know, not for nothing, but after the day that I'm sure you've had after work, you need some kind of outlet. You need something to really de-stress and decompress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, where do you get your material from? Where do you draw from? Family?
My life.
Yes.
I was married for 13 years to an Englishman,
Yes,
British gentleman, and my daughter.
Right. Yeah.
Getting older.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
things in life.
being raised Catholic. You know.
Yeah.
I talk about everything.
Right. Yeah.
No holds barred.
No. That's good. Especially in today's world. It's like you gotta, I don't know, sometimes you gotta be careful. It's hard to censor, you know, yourself when you're trying to be funny, you know, and you're like, who am I gonna offend? And, you know.
Well, I just went through the whole rigmarole with the Sherry Shepherd show.
Sherry Shepherd show. I'm so glad you brought that up because we have a clip from the Sherry Shepherd show. Can we play that, please? Wait, you know, before you play it, set it up for me. Tell everyone what it was and why you did it.
Oh, it's a contest of funny over 50.
Funny over 50. So you
Sherry Shepherd is a stand-up comic, and she
Right.
has her own talk show.
Right.
And she wanted to put together a contest.
Right. So you
and
submitted
I
this
submitted, and
particular clip.
There were like 3. Yes, so this is the clip I
Okay,
sent.
let's
and
see
I
what?
did it without makeup, and I said I didn't know they were going to put that on TV.
She was not camera ready, people.
It was audition.
But she was authentic. So let's play it.
Contest to kick off on February 9th. Now, my staff is having so much fun going through the submissions, and we wanted to share some of the laughs with you. Now, Donna Moran is 65 years old, and she's been a comedian since 1989. The only thing Donna loves more than comedy are her pets. Take a look.
I have pets. I live with my cats and my dogs, and I love them, and that's all my level of conversation is just talking to my little babies. I finally broke down. I said, you know what, I'm going to invite a guy over to the house for dinner. It's been so long. I invited a guy over to the house for dinner. He came to the front door. He wiped his feet, and I found myself going, he's a good boy. He's such a good boy. Come back. Where are you going? Come back. Sit. Stay.
Thank you so much, Donna. And remember to...
Oh my God, hysterical. So how'd you find out about that? Was it online or something, or you just you watched the show and saw
Believe it or not, I think I found out about it through Helene Witt.
Oh, Helene!
I think, because I can't think of where else I would have heard about it.
Right. She's great.
And she's wonderful.
I know,
She's
a
full
ball
of
energy. I had her on the show. She's fabulous. So, so you submit, and then
I submitted, and I'm actually an alternate. There's 4 women who were chosen. I'm not one of them.
Okay, all right.
But that's okay.
All right, but you know what? You were on primetime TV, woman, and
I learned
people
a
got
lot.
to see you. And if someone happens to see that clip and laugh, and they go, "I want to contact," you know what I'm saying?
You never know.
You never know. You're right. That we talked about that. How you have to put yourself out there. Like I told you, I try to say yes to everything. And just do it, because you don't know where it's going to take you, where it's going to lead you, who you're going to meet, who you're going to network with. Right, it's all connections and networking. Hello, Greg D. Filippo's watching in Florida.
Hey.
Listen, I'm so excited to have Donna Moran here with
Mo.
me. Don't go away. We need to take my next break, but there's so much more to talk about when we come back.
Yay.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Every day, millions of people go to work completely oblivious to their coworkers' double life. By night, they hit the stage, hoping to become the next comedy superstar.
Bringing laughter to the world is very important.
Hi, I'm Georgia Rose, founder of Zenkuda. You can watch me on the Soul Space podcast every Friday at noon on Channel 20 for spiritual guidance. And as you all know, that is how I first opened into my own psychic gifts, was through the angelic realm, astrology. So we've got Mars and the Sun together in Scorpio, which creates a lot of combustion. In the astrological world, we call that a kazemi, and tarot. When the Four of Cups right side up, it means we have a lot of choices to make and we're not looking at what's really being divinely given to us. We're too busy in the busyness of the choices to really see the divine intervention, the divine timing, and the divine guidance. We're the place. Watch the Soul Space podcast.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you, Sal, the Voice Valentinetti. I'm hoping to get him back on my show one of these days. I'm with Donna Moran. She's a comedian, she's a writer, she's an actress. She's done a lot since she started in this crazy world we call entertainment, you know.
It is crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. So I want to talk about, yes, you and I met through comedy. You know, I knew that you did stand up when we met, and I also knew that you had an acting background, which was fabulous.
We actually had a connection.
Yes, we did. We really
with
did.
Annie Berman.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. And Tom Padavano. Okay, so when I started in the early 90s, I was with Tom and Annie and Sheldon Wikowitz. Okay.
I know the name.
Well, unfortunately, Sheldon passed, and but Tom, we were tight. The four of us. It was like the four amigos instead of the three amigos. So whenever like Annie did a show, Tom and I would do a show, and Sheldon would do a show. We were always together,
right?
And it was really cool. We did a lot of shows in the city, a lot of shows. But Annie Berman was one of my favorite people of all time.
I know.
And I love her to death, and I miss her, and I kept in touch with her over the years, until she passed. But she was this feisty, gray-haired old lady that would get up on stage
in a house dress,
and she would
curse
and make you laugh. And I tell you the truth, when I do Grandma Mary, because Kathy Arnold had called me up and she's like, "Can you come down and do 5 minutes?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I wasn't going to come down as myself." So I went down as Grandma Mary with the wig, with the thing. And my opening line is Annie's first line, which it's, I'll make it clean. The boss told me to get up here and do a tight 10 minutes. At my age, I don't have a freaking thing that's tight. Yeah. And there it is. But of course, she used a different F word. But I was like, it was like an homage to her.
Yeah.
Then she used to do this Madonna bit. I don't know if you ever heard her do the Madonna bit, or when she worked at Bloomingdale's in the rods and the curtains. And some guy asked me, how I should hang my rod. And she's like, "I don't need to know about anything with your rod and how big it is, how long it is, whatever." But anyway, she was just the best.
Right.
She really was. And so I wanted to put up the pic when you get a moment of Donna and I on the set of Bensonhurst Boys. Thank you. Because we did Bensonhurst Boys. Remember I called you up?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Leave that up. I appreciate it. That is John Marola's baby. And I said, he said we're looking for people for the bar scene, remember?
Yes.
And it was an overnight shoot.
Yes.
And I said to you, "Do you want to do this?" I mean, it's a few dollars and maybe a T-shirt, whatever, but it was a long shoot, and you did, and you came down, and it's, again, thank you for participating in that.
Oh yeah,
it's great, it's
was
great.
Fun.
And Kathy came down.
Kathy came down, and Kristen was
and
there.
I was like, we had a lot.
It was
people
fun.
There. We had a lot of people there. Yeah, it was filmed on Long Island.
Right.
And I'm glad you came down. And like I said, if I'm doing something and if I could put a friend in it, I
Nice.
really try.
Thank you.
I really do try. But we had a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you. We had a good time at the bar that night.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was really, really fun.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
It was crazy. It was a crazy shoot. And then do I have any other picks up there? Is that it? I think that's the last one, right? Okay, cool. All right, just wanted to make sure. Okay, so now let's get to by day, by night. Oh no, but before we do, should we bring up the Zoom? Well, we should bring up the Zoom first.
Sure.
Yeah, let's bring up the Zoom. So you're on Joke Zoom.
JokeZoom.com.
And you know, Claudia, again, last week I had her on and she's like, and I said to her, it's just so early. It's 6 a.m.
Twice a week.
Twice
Monday
a
and
week.
Thursday.
Mondays and Thursdays.
For the last 3.5, almost 4. Oh my God, it'll be 4 years.
Will it?
On April, like the beginning of April.
In the beginning of the spring. Come. Yeah, you're only talking 2 more months.
We have been on JokeZoom 7 days a week.
During
for almost 4 years.
Was that during COVID, right?
It
you were doing
saved my life.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure it saved a lot of people's lives because it gave you something to do, and you write a plethora of material.
And you're just chatting with people all day, you know.
From all over the world.
And they're helping you work on your material, and you're working on their material.
Yeah.
Some are professional, some are new, some are not even.
Well, I love the clip that we just played that you submitted to Sherry Shepard. How did that joke come about? With the dog and the man.
That kind of came about with COVID, you know.
Yeah,
I'm stuck in the house for so long.
Right.
My level of conversation is listen to my little babies. So that's where that joke came from, and that came directly out of JokeZoom.
Yeah.
And you know, I'd say, well, you saw the clip.
So you were on this morning, right? You were on this morning, 6 a.m. You were on this morning.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
how many people actually join the session, and how long does the session last? If there's a comic out there that wants to come on JokeZoom, can they, and how does that go?
They'd have to go to JokeZoom 2.0.
Okay.
And there'll be directions there on what you can do
So
if you want to
that's a
join
Facebook
up.
page.
It's a
by
Facebook
itself?
page.
Okay. JokeZoom 2.0 is a Facebook page. So if you're a comic,
it's free.
It's free. You want to write some jokes, or I guess deliver them and then get feedback.
You workshop your jokes. You come in with an idea. I came in with an idea this morning that I wrote down. I have an irrational fear of balloon animals.
Okay.
So I had to go into therapy after I went to the Macy's Day Parade. Now that just came out of, you know what I mean? And you bring that kind of stuff in, and you work on it.
Yeah,
people will say, I have an idea. Maybe you could do this, or maybe you could do that.
No, that's good. It's good. So every Monday and Thursday. So if you are a comic.
Oh, and wait, on Tuesday at 8 p.m., on Wednesday at 12 p.m., on Thursday 6 a.m. and 10 p.m.
Oh, so it is 7 days a week.
Friday 8 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m., and Sunday 3 and 9.
All right, so you do have other options other than Monday and Thursdays at 6 a.m.
You got nothing to lose. It's,
all right.
It's great. It's fantastic, you know.
And you've been doing it for the entire length since
I've been there since
from
it
the
started.
beginning.
Yep.
Yes. All right, so you also parlayed into doing open mic at Vintage Lounge.
Oh, the Vintage Lounge. That's my little room.
Yeah, that's your little room.
Yep.
Yep.
In Wantor on the Merrick Road.
Yes. And
right where the Wantor Parkway meets.
And that's
Wednesdays, 7:30 sign up, 8 o'clock show.
Yes. And how's that going?
It's going great.
That's good.
It's a great place
to. I always say I'm going to come down. I want to come down. I want to come down.
Come.
And then something. Well, this Wednesday we're busy, but I'm just saying there's always just something that, you know.
Right.
But I'll get there one day. I really will.
Yeah, no, it's a great platform.
Yeah. And does anyone run it with you, or do you run that?
I run that with Karen Margaret.
Karen,
you know.
Shout out to Karen Margaret.
Karen Margaret.
Yes, and
Where
we were actually talking last week also about Claudia's famous once a year female get-togethers.
Oh,
and
in
how
the
much
yard.
fun we have.
Are
in
they
our
nuts at
backyard.
that house? I mean, it's like going to Disneyland.
We have a great time. There's food, there's drink, there's laughter.
Yeah,
there's a fire pit. There's a pool. It's
hot
great.
tub.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, so we're gonna. You know what? Let's just take my last commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about by day, by night, making people laugh. it's fantastic, people. So don't go away. Back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Every day, millions of people go to work completely oblivious to their coworkers' double life. By night, they hit the stage, hoping to become the next comedy superstar.
Bringing laughter to the world is very important.
Hey everybody, it's Theresa from Tea Time. What's my show about? I interview people in the entertainment industry, producers, directors, actors, and guess what? My show is on every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Channel 20 on Optimum TV. So tune in because it's fun, interesting, and exciting.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Doc, who's your favorite guinea?
Teresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks, Doc. I love you. And I'm going to have him back on the show too. Shout out to Sean King is watching, and Michael Norton in Florida, and Maureen,
Momo,
and Bruno. And thank you everyone. Tea Time is live every Monday night at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. Then it goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard, and seen every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Channel 20 for people who live on Long Island and get Optimum TV. We're going to be on TV Saturday morning.
All right.
Isn't that exciting? So listen, we have to talk about this documentary. This is Gloria Bonavita's baby. She has 5 comics. It's called By Day, By Night, making people laugh, and you are one of the 5 that she chose because she was saying last week how the 5 comedians that she chose have very unique, stressful, educational, like just like a laundry list of what you do
intense,
to help.
very
intense. That's the word. Thank you. Very intense. There it is. By Day, By Night. Very intense jobs.
Yes.
Where you kind of like let your hair down at night and let loose.
Yeah.
To try to like keep your sanity.
Oh, you know, you have no idea.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard horror stories in your job.
Oh, you have no idea the horror story. I don't even, I can't actually.
No, we're not going to talk about them,
not
but
allowed to
just the
discuss,
level
but-
is like a 10.
Well, you know what? There's the elderly out there are left by their families. They're neglected. They're abused. They're financially exploited.
Right.
And, you know, self-neglect is huge,
Yeah.
too, which
Yeah,
is
it's
very
sad.
sad.
It's very, very sad.
It's really a hard job. So to come home after working in that arena all day long and then to not have an outlet, for me, did not work.
Right.
I needed something. I just didn't know what it was for,
Right.
I think, my first 2 years on the
Yeah.
job. And then I discovered the stand-up.
Right.
And it made me a better caseworker.
Now, did you take the stand-up university class too?
I did.
Okay.
I took that back
All right.
before I got
Now,
this
again,
job.
that's Rich Walker, Peter Bales, and was Steve Lazarus there? when
Yes,
you
he
took
was.
it?
It was
Shout
the
out
3
to
of
Steve
them.
Lazarus. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love they're like the 3 amigos. They're
Right.
hysterical. And again, they help you hone in
They
on
helped me
the
get my
skill and the
feet
craft.
going. Yeah.
Yes.
I needed to be a little pushed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So, when you do comedy now, and you get up and do a set, how long can you go?
I can do a half hour.
Okay. All right.
That's
Which is
it.
nice. That's a nice round number.
That's enough.
30 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, listen, when you...
Now, I know you've gone on stage as Joan in the little room. I've seen you do it. So do you go on as... Occasionally, will you pull out one of your characters that you...
Only
impressions
during
that you
the
used to do?
show.
Okay.
Like I do a setup where I talk about what celebrities used to do before they became famous.
Okay.
So Joan was a 911 operator.
That's a great bit.
And she'd be like, "Oh, there's a 911. What's your emergency? Oh, you what? You're standing on the George Washington Bridge? Can we talk? Okay, and now what? You're about to jump over a boy? You call that an emergency? Let me tell you what an emergency is. It's when your Gucci doesn't match your Valentino." Hello?
Oh, my God, that's great. That's great.
So I just break into it. But I get dressed up as Joan and do private parties.
That's good to know. So she's for hire, people.
I'm for hire.
She's for hire. Do me a favor. We're gonna put up the poster, please, one more time for By Day by Night, and then we're gonna there it is, By Day by Night, and we're gonna show the trailer. Let's see the trailer and talk about it when we come back.
Wow.
Every day, millions of people go to work completely oblivious to their coworkers' double life. By night, they hit the stage, hoping to become the next comedy superstar.
Bringing laughter to the world is very important.
There's nothing more than helping those with stress come out of their stressful mode and put a smile on their face.
I think every one of us has a power to help heal a broken and wounded world.
That's awesome. And coming soon, it's coming this Wednesday night,
Yay.
the 7th, at the Sayville Theater. So make sure you show up, support these local indie filmmakers. Claudia Bonavita is a stand-up comedian herself, and just had this idea, and it was a labor of love. She said it took 2 years to really, like, from concept to completion.
She's like the Energizer Rabbit, man. I can't keep up with her. I'm like, what are you doing now, Claudia?
So when she approached you, what was your reaction?
Oh, I was really moved. I was very humbled to be asked to do that, you know.
Right.
But she knew my job. She knew how stressful it can be.
Yeah.
Which, I'm very honored to be a part of this production.
Yeah. So is this going to be the first premiere you've been to that you're in?
For this, yeah.
Yeah. You know what you're wearing? I know she's got something picked out already.
I was telling Claudia, I said, maybe I should show up as Joan Rivers and work the red carpet. Oh, we're here at the red carpet. It's bigger than the Oscars.
That's great.
But no, I'll be there as me.
Yeah, no, that's great. No, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. And I think she said it's like almost an hour and a half.
Hour and 23 minutes.
Something like that.
I think that's what she
said. I know she says, I have to know exactly how long
she
it was.
knows exactly.
Because she's submitting it to festivals. And so it's nice that it's, she's having the premiere. It's going to be shown in other venues as well. And then to put it out there into the festival circuit is very, very important. It really is, because you don't know who's going to get to see it.
Right.
I had George Buzzio on, and he did a documentary about Kim Kahana, who's the oldest stunt man in Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
And again, he's taking it all over. So you never know where it could end up. It could end up in Florida. It could end up, you never know who's going to see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's important that she's putting it out there.
Right.
She really is. So tell me, how often have you been doing comedy, or how often do you have any upcoming shows coming up? Because I want everyone to know Donna is on Facebook. It's Donna Moran on Facebook and Donna Moran 116 on Instagram. So Follow her.
Am I 116 on Instagram?
116.
I didn't know that.
116.
What the hell?
I don't know. I
I'm
didn't.
a dinosaur.
That's
What
your
can I tell
birthday,
you?
isn't it? January 16th.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
So that's it. Donna Moran 116. And so I just want people to follow her, know what she's doing, whether it's a show or the movie. So what do you have coming up? You have anything coming up?
I have
around the corner.
the Barnum Ballroom in Island Park.
Okay.
On March 1st.
Okay.
It's a Friday night. And
Right.
I think it's an 8 o'clock show.
All right. Well, that you'll put on your Facebook or your
Yeah.
Insta, right? So people will know. Okay.
I'm not working much right now.
Whose show is that?
That is a Joe Pontillo show.
Oh, Joe! I worked with Joe.
Joe Pontillo.
He's great. Shout out to Joe Pontillo. I'll send him this too. I try to send anyone I mention. I try to send them the show. So
yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Pontillo, yeah, great guy. His
Joe's a very funny guy.
yeah, I worked with him a while ago and met him a long time ago. So that's cool. That's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Do you know who else is on that with you?
I don't.
All right.
I
All
don't.
right. Just
but
show up. Just show
am.
up and work.
That's all that I care about.
And you've traveled. You traveled across the United States to do shows as well.
I've traveled up and down the East Coast. Let me tell you something. The one thing I feel sad about with stand-up these days is it's very different, as you must know, too. There was no such thing as bringer shows. Never had a bringer
Not
show
back in the
Manhattan.
day. Nope. Didn't have to bring anyone with you. You just showed up.
Just showed up, and now it's, you got to bring. Now we're older also, so there's a little bit of, ageism going on.
Yeah. There's a couple of like words and like lingo that I'm not too hip with, with the younger crowd, that kind of thing.
Right.
So it's different. It's different. And like I know, it's, comedy's subjective. What's funny to me may not be funny to you. And you also know that every set is different. You could do a show at 8 o'clock and kill and do the same thing at 10 and, men's and men's, no, not crickets, but it's, just not as strong. So it's hard. And and you keep pushing through it. So what keeps you going?
Oh, that's the $64,000 question.
That's why I'm asking, girlfriend.
What keeps me going? I feel, I don't want to reference it as like a drug thing, but it is like a drug thing because it's like, I can't help it. I can't help it. It's what I feel compelled to do.
Yes.
I don't. I know when I'm on stage, when things are going well, how glorious that feels.
Yeah, you so feel it. It's
and
true.
so you remember that, and that's what you try and get the next time and the next time, and you chase it.
Yep.
And I chase it like crazy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your passion, and it's so important to live your passion.
Yeah. And I'm not a dancer, so it's not like my career's over at 30.
Now, do you sing? Do you sing at all? I'm just checking. I mean, you were Madonna at one point, so I'm only asking if you,
She can't sing either. Cyndi Lauper was the hard one to sing like.
Really?
I couldn't get all those high notes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
she
you
was
had
tough.
the voice.
Yeah, had the speaking voice.
Right.
Not her.
Yeah.
She was a operatically trained singer, Cyndi Lauper. So. That's not my forte. I'm not like Claudia Bonavita, who does everything from playing the frickin' cello.
I know.
I mean,
But I'm only asking because sometimes, you don't know who's a triple threat or not. They act and the sing and the dancing, and you never know. And if you did Cindy, you had to have some kind of
a little bit,
a
little, but not,
but when
not
you
my
when you're
forte.
sounding like her, you can like
a little bit,
tweak it and play with it. Where she's not like. Like Cher, or she's not like Beyonce, or she's not like
I used to do
Streisand.
Cher too.
Yes, you did.
I have turned back time. I have found a way.
Oh, that's great. Who'd you find was the easiest to do? Joan? Was Joan easy for you because she was your favorite?
No. To do Joan, I started by doing getting her laugh.
Right.
And once I got her laugh, I was able to move on into her, listening to her voice. I can do pretty much
That's great.
Any voice if I listen to it long enough.
Right, right,
You know,
right. Well,
like
John Santo and you are
John Santo,
amazing.
yeah.
I mean, it's not an easy thing to do.
right.
It really isn't.
You either got it or you don't got it.
Yeah, you got it. I don't got it. You got it. You got it. The only thing I could do is Edith from All in the Family.
Oh, Edith.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that right now.
I
was like, oh, Archie!
There you go. That's great.
That's it. That's the only one I could do. All right, listen, I want to thank you for coming
Oh,
in.
wow, that's it. So
Yeah, see how
fast.
fast it goes? I told you.
Wow.
Listen, I want to thank everyone for watching Tea Time, supporting my show. I so appreciate it. Again, thank you for doing this.
Yes,
I
thank
love you, my friend.
I love you too,
All right.
TT.
Thank you. And listen, tell everyone you love them, and I'll see you next week. Ciao, everybody.
Bye, Mom.